What's going on, everybody? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today's video, you know me, I try not to clickbait. I don't do that kind of stuff, but this video is critically important for altcoin holders and just the overall value of the market. I think we're in line for a massive move to the upside because one inverse indicator is extremely bearish, and I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So stay tuned, guys. This is critically important. All right, everybody, we know the drill. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I simply share my technical analysis. You use it as you see fit. But remember, you manage your own money and you manage your own risk. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter if you like, at MarkTheDGT. I constantly go into different calls, different patterns I'm seeing, things I can't make a video on in real time. So with that being said, the crux of this video, and I'm going to keep it sweet, short, simple, to the point. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is making an extremely bearish pattern. And if you don't know how Bitcoin dominance works as an inverse indicator to altcoins, and actually even to Bitcoin itself, I'm going to explain it really quickly, and then I'm going to show you exactly what the pattern means. So Bitcoin dominance, when Bitcoin moves, alts typically slingshot and move at a much higher rate. So when Bitcoin falls, if it falls, 2% a day, 3% a day, even 5% a day, if you get a 5% fall on Bitcoin, you typically get a 10, 12, 15% fall on an altcoin. So when the prices are coming down, and especially when Bitcoin typically is coming down, alts come down much harder. And that means the Bitcoin dominance goes up because much more money is bleeding out of the alt market than it is Bitcoin. So the first here, this is a general area, and I should have drawn this a little bit better, but it didn't quite line up perfectly. But this area was a top for Bitcoin dominance, generally just kind of sitting around this top. And it was a general bottom for Ethereum. I'm using Ethereum. You can use ADA, Ethereum. There's a lot of other alts, and most of them will line up pretty close. It's a fractal. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. But I'm using Ethereum as the benchmark here, as the benchmark altcoin. So it was a relative bottom for Ethereum, and as this started to fall and ran down, and dominance ran down to its bottom, Ethereum had a run up to the upside. Now this was from March to April 4th, from March 7th to April 4th, and this run up was a 45% run, or 45% run, let's call it, keep it even numbers, or big round numbers, I like round numbers, 45% run up, while the dominance fell, and it fell from 44% down to just 41.5%, just under 41.5%. So it doesn't take that much dominance fall for prices to move. And in the opposite way, when the dominance was down, everything started to come up a little bit, and the prices started to come back down. The big spike up, you see the big spike down in price. And now, here's the critical point. Here's the critical point that is bearish on the dominance. Look, we have this massive hook on the MACD. This MACD is ready to flip over, and I think the MACD line just crossed. It did. So on a daily chart, the MACD did just cross over. This is a very bearish pattern. This is a rising wedge. And I'm going to show you this from the 4-hour chart to show it a little bit more clearly. On the 4-hour chart, you can see this a little bit more clear. There's a rising wedge where the upward momentum is waning. It's not making nearly as high of highs off of its lows. And typically that shows just that momentum is running out. And there's going to be kind of that rolling over a cliff move where it's going to likely come out the bottom, try to retest, get failed, or get rejected as resistance now, and then come out the bottom. And if this runs back down to 43, 42%, my God, if it runs down to 41 or 40, it could be a massive 40, 50% move up for Ethereum and other alts. Some alts even up to 80, 90%. So this could be a massive move up for altcoins. And again, I'm going to show you another kind of confluence. We got multiple confluences with this pattern. So we've got the bear flag, or the bear wedge, a bearish wedge, bearish rising wedge. I want to make sure I use my terminology correctly. And we've got bearish divergence. The highest peak on the RSI in this run was the first peak, which was the lowest overall peak. It's peaked higher twice, but each time it's peaked higher, the RSI has been lower. So it's losing strength as it goes. That's a secondary indicator to show you that it's losing strength as it goes, and that the RSI, or that the value of the dominance, the height of the dominance, is going to fall. As there's not a whole lot more to be said about this, Bitcoin dominance, watch this pattern, watch this wedge. This rising wedge, if it falls out of the bottom and does what rising wedges typically do, there will be a massive run up for not only Bitcoin, but for alts. And remember, alts will run typically in lockstep with Bitcoin, but they tend to slingshot Bitcoin. They tend to fall at a much harder rate, and they tend to rise at a much faster rate. So be advised, right now could be the calm before the storm. Things have been really kind of sideways, very sideways for a couple of days here. You know, Ethereum is kind of slowly trickling down, and I think there could be a big move to the upside coming, where we could see it, you know, back up at least to, let's see here, you know, at least to 2,500 for Ethereum. I think is going to be a nice target to see Ethereum get back to. Sorry, that took a minute for me to figure out where I was at. But lots of other targets for other coins, and you can see the whole market is starting to shift to the green. Everything was red this morning, and things are starting to shift over and get into the green. So don't be surprised. And Link is looking great right now. Link is looking really, really good. I'm really excited to see Link break through this level of resistance here. That'd be fun to see it break back above 775, and then looking towards $9 to $10. But different coin for a different day, for a different video. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel again for any of this type of critically important information. And as always, until next time, peace.